Hi there, it's Linda here. Thanks for joining me today as I use these goodies to create a fun Christmas card. I knew the moment I saw the MFT Tweet Holidays set that it would be great for personalising a Christmas card from the four of us in our family. So that's my idea today. So first of all, colouring here the little husband and wife birds, and then one of the other birds will be representative of our son and the other our daughter. So I think it's a fun little card to send to friends who certainly know the four of us. So simple Copic colouring for today. You saw all my Copics that I'd chosen laid out at the beginning of the video, and I'll list all the colours at the top of the screen so you know exactly what I'm using at each stage. But the little birds themselves are only about 1.25 inches high, so there's not a great deal of space that you need to be colouring. It's certainly a very simple, fun little job. So I'll leave the colouring and let you enjoy that now, and I'll be back when it's time to add the glitter to the Santa hats and the scarf. Right, so it's time to add the details to the Santa hats and the scarves, and I've chosen this product called Ranger Ice Stickles in Crystal Ice. It gives a lovely clear sparkle to those areas and quite a bit of dimension too. I ended up putting on a couple of layers, so it really does build up to a bit of dimension and height in those areas, and the sparkle is just gorgeous, so really very pretty on the end result, and just a fun way to add that bit of Christmas sparkle to your card. And continuing on with the Copic colouring now, usually with an image the size of this, I'll use 2 or 3 colours and blend them. So putting down the darkest colour first, as you could see there, that was BG49, and then I blend that out with BG13 and just add a little bit of highlight with the BG11. So just leave a little space at the top of the head there where I can add the BG11, and on some of the birds I leave a little space on the tummy too, where I can add that third and lightest colour. Very simple. I'm not the greatest Copic colorer in the world, that's for sure. I love it, I enjoy it, I love the beautiful bright colours and the results you get, but I'm certainly no blending extraordinaire, but I find that blending the three colours like this tends to work for me and gives me a nice result. So adding the colours on the screen, you'll be able to easily see what I'm using each time. So I'll leave you again with the colouring, and I'll be back when it's cutting time. My four birds are all coloured and set aside to dry, and I've cut my paper layers. I've used stitched rectangles die for these from Simon Says Stamp. I've used a lawn fawn stitched woodgrain backdrop for that blue piece, and the Authentique paper on the background. I am fussy cutting my birds. They're all dried now, the glitter is fine. And yes, around those little feet is a fiddly little task, but I find the dies just a bit expensive, and I figure I can get away without having to buy them and spend my money on other things, like more stamps. So I do fussy cut them, and it's not a huge big deal. I do go back in and cut around their little toes too, as you'll see in the picture here now. I had a look at what the die cuts cut, and yeah, it cut between the toes, so I thought I'd try and emulate that as well. So toes, claws. They're birds, remember. Okay, back to the card. I'm adding some fun foam to the back of that pink piece, and that will just give it a bit of dimension, and popping that up then in the centre of the patterned paper background. I lay an acrylic block on that and give it a chance to dry, and just getting an idea for where everything is going to go here before I add my woodgrain stitched piece in the centre, and then the little sentiment from the MFT set, Merry Christmas from our flock to yours, again centering that, and then it's a matter of adding the little birds above it, all standing beside each other. I use the liquid glue for that so that I can sort of pop up their little wings and things and just give them a bit of dimension, but I decided I wasn't going to pop them up with foam tape. Just a little bit of dimension is good for their wings. It does just add that little something something. So it's a lovely card, very happy with the way it turned out, and our little family of four there sitting on the front, just popping up the wings here, and the tails. That was the other part too that I could just pop up with my fingers and give a bit of dimension. And as you can see, it's turned out into a beautiful sparkly little design, and I'm really happy to send that to someone special this Christmas.